Hey, welcome to Power and Purpose episode 5.
Yay.
My name is Tracy.
And I'm Mary.
And we are getting into something kind of juicy today.
Very. And a lot of people might not like it.
They might not like it, but I think
it needs to be said.
That's what it's going to be.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you
gotta,
go.
Kick up some dust and just get to the nitty gritty. So we chose this topic today because of something that's happened in the news recently, and it's about Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp and his
locking the doors.
Yeah,
locking up the doors.
Yeah. So we decided to come up with this topic because of in light of that situation, and our topic is
why people don't go to church.
Why people don't go to church. Why people don't trust the church.
No
and
trust,
all of those
no nothing.
things. Yes.
Okay.
Do you go to church?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I go to church and I don't. Did that make sense?
No.
I'm not an every Sunday church person.
Okay.
When I go, I go.
Okay.
I think me and my pastor probably have an understanding. I disappear in the summer.
Oh, Lord.
That's so bad. But I do.
Mm.
Because sometimes on Sunday morning you get up and you don't want to do nothing. You just want to go outside. I will go out and I sit in my yard because it's nice outside. And I play my gospel. I read my book. I'm content.
Okay.
But
Well, this is a good thing now because I don't have a church home. I had a church home for a while. And I moved out of the area. No excuses. It wasn't that far.
Because she got a car.
It was other reasons why I stopped going, and I might get into that. I might not, but I do pray, read the Bible, and I try to do that every day.
And
not just them 2 hours on Sunday. That's not gonna cut it anyway. Some people go sit in church every Sunday,
but then they leave and be the biggest demon in the world.
So yes, I want a church home and I want a fellowship with Christians for sure. But right now, I don't have a church home, so I listen to a lot of stuff on YouTube, sermons on YouTube, things of that nature. And I read the Bible and talk to God myself. So I guess technically I don't go to a building.
You don't go to a building.
But I do get before God.
There you go.
So
there you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what it is.
Nothing wrong with that. So let's jump right into this Marvin Sapp.
Ooh, Lord.
It's a touchy subject and we really didn't want to do it. But a lot of people say, and this is just us going by what people say.
Exactly.
We not quoting, we ain't doing a percentile or whatever the case may be.
We don't know it.
We do not know. But the people that we do know, they don't go to church because churches ask for too much money.
Yep, that's what
you
I
go
did.
into church and first thing they do, here go the basket.
And then
That's the first thing before you even get to
times.
service. Yeah. And then in the middle of the service, here go the basket again.
And don't let it be a couple of guest preachers.
We gotta give you a basket again.
And him. And people get turned off because they feel like they all about money in here. And some
Absolutely.
are.
Absolutely.
Some are.
You paying your tithes, you paying your offerings, and then they want more, then they want a building fund, then they want this. Then
Don't talk about the building fund.
Exactly. You don't want to talk about this building fund because then you never get a building. So where's all the funding go?
How long? Right. What happened to the building?
If we paying our tithes, we're giving you an offering because the offering is for the pastor, and then you asking for a building tithe, a building fund, and we never get a building. That's probably a problem.
Yes, it is. And the problem too is that there are a lot of good pastors out here, a lot of upstanding churches.
A lot.
But it's like the bitter man who had ran into 2 or 3 women who were terrible, and they're like, all women are garbage, all women are terrible women, they all cheaters, they all that. A lot of times people encounter a couple of those instances in church, and now 100% of it is that way. And we all know in life nothing is 100%. There's not 100% anything. There's some good and some stuff, and there's gonna be some bad in it too.
And just because you found her or him at church, don't mean that they church worthy. They can go to church like everybody else. That don't mean they got church in them.
Say know the Bible more than
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, he definitely not that.
He was a fallen angel, so he know the Bible back and forth too. So
Exactly.
that tells you a lot, you know. But with that being said, Marvin Sapp locked the doors
Lock the door.
and said he needs $40,000.
Pretty much.
Pretty much said y'all ain't leaving until we get it.
Right, and he didn't. Well, he kind of clapped back and said, "Well, during that time, we just closed the doors for privacy purposes and all that." And I've been in churches where they did close the doors.
But
during
and you
that time.
do. Most churches do
Yeah.
close the doors.
But they don't be demanding like, "I said close the door."
I said close the door.
So
What are you doing?
delivery. His delivery was wild.
And then he may not have even locked the doors. We don't know if he locked
He
it
didn't. He
or
couldn't
not.
lock them. He closed. They got
He
closed.
closed them and told them ushers don't move.
And then it was kind of the way it seemed like he was shaming people in a way like.
What if I didn't have $100?
$20 used to be a good day for me and my wife and stuff. Yeah, when?
$20 used to be $20
His
now.
wife been,
Come on,
you know,
man.
God bless her. She's been gone for some years now. I don't know when this day happened or these days happen. But some people may not have $20. They might be at church because they're just so distraught. They just need the
There
word.
you
They
go.
might not have $20.
But let's say this because he said he wasn't at his church. They was at a venue.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he did. He did say that.
He did say it wasn't at his church, so I'm assuming at his church he's not gonna tell y'all to lock the door or close the doors. I ain't gonna keep saying lock because I don't want nobody hitting me. So he might not tell y'all to close the doors and y'all gonna go in them pockets and get that $20 or $100
But you know
over
what?
there.
Maybe in his own church, they're more giving. And this church probably pissed them off like these cheap suckers. Close them doors. We're going to get that money.
Because I ain't paying that out of my pocket. But with all the money that you make, you change yourself.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He said, I gave a lot.
You gave a lot,
I gave
but
a
you
lot.
still change yourself because now everybody's looking at you like, so are you really money hungry?
Yeah, it didn't. His delivery was not good
At all.
at all. And a lot of people will come behind that and say, see, that's why I don't go to church. They'll use that one example.
One example.
And say, that's why I don't go to church. Because of people like him. That's just him.
That's him.
him.
That's his own thing. And like you said, we were sketchy about getting on this topic, but we going
Yeah, it's touchy.
And I'm finna say what I don't want to say. And y'all know when I want to say something, I
She
start
gonna say
fiddling
it.
with this, and I start looking down.
Right, nothing
but
on
I'm
that
gonna say
table.
it anyway. These mothers of these churches.
Oh, yeah.
Let me say this.
I already know where you're going.
If I come in there and I got on a hoochie skirt and a tank top, that might have been all I had.
Might have been.
You looking at me, shaming me, coming over there with that big handkerchief, you know that big white handkerchief thingy,
Yeah.
and they be like, and putting it over your lap. I don't want that over my lap. God saw me and told me to come in here. He didn't care what I had on the outside.
See your insides anyway. I mean, of course, if you have the proper clothes, you don't go in there bending over and twerking. That's inappropriate.
Exactly.
But I've seen that judgment. They turn around and looking. They turn
Exactly.
around and looking again. Or don't be a young mother with some children and no dad comes in with you. You got a couple of young kids and you're young. Baby, they'll judge you to death.
She got 5 kids over there. They ain't
Like,
got
I
no
wonder what-
husband. They don't make
I
no
wonder what
sense.
her daddy is. She look a little young. Some little babies. So that runs people away also.
Run them away real quick. And then you wonder why young folks don't come to the church. Young folks don't go to church because y'all shaming them out the doors.
Mm-hmm.
You tell your friend, hey, my church, I love my pastor. Don't get it twisted. I do. But he probably sick of me. But God working on me. But it's okay. But if he say bring somebody to church, I'm gonna bring somebody to church.
Yeah.
I don't care what they got on. They can have on a jogging suit. They can have on gym shoes. Because one thing about my church, he will tell you, come as you are. They don't care what you got on. They're fighting
Because
what
they
you
know
got on.
that. A lot of pastors know that.
I'm not talking to your clothes.
Right. And
I'm
a lot
not.
of pastors know if you're not coming as you are, you're not coming at all.
Exactly.
So sometimes that's the one thing I can throw on because my church is that way too.
See?
I would dress up sometime because it's Sunday.
You might have wanna
be
felt like
cute.
it.
But
But
some
half
days
the
I put
time,
on some jeans.
That's it.
That's the only thing getting me in here. If I had to do all this and that, I probably wouldn't have went that day.
There you
so
go.
it's like, just come on, be comfortable. He'll talk for some hours. You comfortable. You sitting there. And
Absolutely.
It's okay.
Yep. And then you have what? The pastors not
Oh.
leading by examples.
Yep. Sometimes they have undercover activities going on.
So I'm gonna bag up. One real quick. I'm not bagging up, but I'm gonna leading by example. So I don't know where this church was. It was down south somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where the young woman came into the church. Mind you, this woman was pregnant by this pastor. The pastor's wife was sitting in the pews. The young woman came in, and then the wife and the young woman gonna fight because she's in the.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't know the backstory. I don't know if the wife knew already from the fight that they were about to have.
They must have known.
Somebody
knew something. Mm-hmm.
Why are you attacking this pregnant woman that your husband impregnated? I don't understand. I don't understand any woman attacking another woman, pregnant or not, over their man. Come on now, don't do that. Don't do that. You take that up with him.
Because they know they can't beat him. Most women can't just.
You ain't even gotta beat him.
Whoop him, so they gonna whoop the person they think they can really whoop, and that's the other woman.
And that's stupid.
But stay with him.
That's stupid. So you mad at me, and then okay, I'm out the picture. Now Sally Susan, you just gonna go around beating up everybody.
Up, right? Because he gonna keep going. A lot of men think it's cute.
But that pastor sat up there like he didn't know what was going on. Everybody in that church knew what was going on, and they was holding their first lady back. I'm gonna say this to the young woman, if she out there and she can hear me, that was pregnant, and you went in that church. You went in there on some BS, and it's okay, because that's what your hormones told you to do.
Right, and she was embarrassed. That wife was embarrassed.
The wife was embarrassed. The pastor was embarrassed, but he didn't come down out them pews to console you and his child.
Shoot.
He stayed in that pew. He didn't even go over there to tend to his wife.
He probably like, I don't know.
This is why people don't go to church. It's too much
and they see
messy.
That. And imagine it's back to back, and then you somebody like, I want to go to church, and then you seeing all this in the media.
Exactly.
You're like, ooh,
exactly.
Church is messy. And church can be very, very messy.
Exactly. If you get in that church and you going in, if you're a messy person, you're gonna find mess. It's mess in everybody church. Ain't nobody church not messy.
That's true, because it's human people coming.
You go to church and you do what you got to do for you. You going to get your word. If he's not giving you that word, you probably need to go to another church.
Because that's another reason why some people don't go to church. They try to go find a church home, and you sitting there and he popcorn ministry. 5
Hey, she said popcorn ministry.
5 verses and a lot of songs. You ain't learned nothing. Have you been to church? I've been to churches like that. I'm like, I ain't learned nothing. I learned nothing.
I visited.
There's no oil in here.
I
don't feel anything. What just happened?
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, you up there, you're hooping and hollering, and that's mostly. And I don't want to say this, but that's mostly in the Baptist church.
Oh, yeah.
They do so much hooping and hollering. You gotta stay in there from 9 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night, and you don't learn nothing. But how to okay, I ain't gonna make fun because
and I know in a lot of cases it's the Bible studies that you learn more
in the Bible study.
The actual sermon on Sunday, but you should be getting something out of it.
When you get the sermon on Sunday, let's say this: it's feeding your soul, so you want more. So you're gonna open that Bible and you're gonna read more about whatever passage that he took to.
Right.
But if they don't give you a passage to reflect on,
right, you just like it's like you went to a concert. You went to a gospel concert.
And I love gospel concerts.
Oh yeah, we love it. We ain't gonna act like we don't sing, act like we don't love that part. Oh, I love that part. That's one of the best parts, actually. But we supposed to be there to get some words. I mean, worship is great too, but word and worship. And some passages don't deliver.
They do not. And it's sad to say, but if you don't get fed, then what do you expect to do for the next 7 days? And that's another thing. You have these people in these churches going there, hoop and holler, praise God from 9 in the morning on Sunday to 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. Then Monday morning, get up with the devil all 3 days song.
Until Sunday again.
Until Sunday
and
again.
Saturday night they went out.
Then it didn't work. Ain't no sense in you going to church and wasting your time.
Right. And
Because it didn't work.
You came from the club Saturday night. Because a lot of people aren't really walking with God. They're not even really trying to. It's just a tradition.
That you got to get up and go to church.
Your mom did it. Your grandmama did it. Sunday morning is supposed to be for church, and you come home and you cook, and it becomes almost just like a routine, kind of like going to work.
Yeah.
And you're not ever getting fed. You're just going through the routine, the tradition of it. And when you see too much tradition, you turn around and people who count on the fence will be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and they say,
try.
And again, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't go to church every Sunday. when my pastor see me, hey, Sister Hunter, how you doing?
Right.
I'm all right.
Right, I'll be there next, but don't
I
feel
see you when I see you.
Don't feel guilt because you could be at home. He doesn't have
He
any?
does. You can watch him on live all the time.
You could be doing that.
Yeah, and I do. I watch him on. Again, it's just, that's me. Some people might need to be in those pews every Sunday, but you probably need to go to Bible study or whatever they have midway, because if you the devil yourself, midway through on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, they normally have some kind of Bible study.
Oh yeah.
To refresh you, because you done lost your way Monday and Tuesday, and now you the devil on Wednesday. So he needs to put some more God back in you on Wednesday night.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Whatever days it needs to be.
It shouldn't just be about what he's teaching you. You should be trying to get it for yourself as well.
Exactly. So even if you just pick up your Bible and read one chapter a day, you're doing a. They got the little what's the little book? Devotional book. Mm-hmm. Is that the book?
What?
The Daily Bread book.
Oh, Daily Bread.
They give you a word every day. Yeah. But every day, read that.
Just to get it top of mind. You might want to be curious about a particular chapter, and then you keep digging and reading more. But back on topic, this is the reason why a lot of people do not go to church. Some don't. Some use it because they don't really want to give their life to God anyway.
Because they like it's fun. Not once I give you myself to God, then I got to do right.
Right. So then they use all the other stuff. He corrupt this pastor did this, they do that, and sometimes those are excuses just because they don't want to go in the building and be held accountable or feel convicted in the first place.
There you go.
So that's another reason.
That's another reason. It's so many reasons why people just they make up stuff. You make up a reason why you don't want to do something. But you be like, oh, I'm so tired, but your girlfriend in the car, you be like, girl, come on, let's go to the club. Or let's go get something to eat. You ain't too tired for that.
No, never too.
And then a lot of people don't go too, and I'm gonna say this, and my church is not like this. I want to be in church all day. I said it, and I said it. I don't want to be there all day. If you're starting at 9 o'clock, I better be gone by 12. I don't want to be in that church 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. First of all, I'm a Bears fan. So when it's football season, we come on at 12. I would need to be gone. And the funniest thing, and I'm not kidding.
She's terrible for saying.
I am, but I don't want to be there all day. I practice my word as much as possible. God working on me. Y'all know this because y'all done seen my podcast. Y'all know it come up and come out. It's God.
She gotta get to the game.
He working on me. Sometimes he look down at me and be like, "Whoo, my poor child." And I'm okay with that because he's still looking down on me. You know what I'm saying? But going to church at 9 o'clock and getting out at 3:30, I feel like you've been to a 9 to 5 job.
Well, you have.
That's too much. If you need all that and then you come out still raising hell.
Well, it's really bad because I've been in services where I got so caught up in the ministry or the teachings that you don't even know
what time it is.
You look up like it's 1, it's 2 o'clock, you don't even know. But when you sitting there every minute like, you're probably not getting much of anything out of it. That's what I think. And
you're right, but how much are y'all really teaching?
They trying to get the word in because
all in there.
They know they're not doing nothing else the rest of the week, so they trying to infuse it in them maybe that one day.
Hey, I guess that may be it, but I think every week you have a different sermon and you know what you're gonna say. They practice it, they preach it, they do whatever they do. So to take 3 or 4 hours to teach this one sermon, you gonna stay on this sermon that whole time.
I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you find one that's teaching that long, that's gonna be something else. It's a lot of times it's 3 hours of worship, 30 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of teaching. And
see, that's not acceptable. If I wanted the concert,
you go to
the concert. I don't have a problem. Choir get up there, sing. You got about 15 minutes to get however many songs you need, because after that, then they gonna pass that basket.
Oh yeah.
And y'all, that's gonna another 5 minutes or whatever it takes. So my thing is the last 30 minutes, because I give you an hour. The last 30 minutes, I'm gonna need you to preach. I need you to hold my attention to make me want to say, hey, I'll be back next week. Or when it's Bible study, I'll be back. Because if you leave me hanging, I need to know because I'm nosy.
Right.
I need to know what else you got.
That's good.
But for you to sit me in there for 3-4 hours, I'm gonna tell you like this. My attention span is this.
I have a funny story. And this is quite shameful, but I'm gonna say it. Now it's my turn to say I'm gonna go on.
So you see clearly
Go
Go on and say it. Go on and say it.
I used to get mad when I went, oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
I used to be so upset when I went to church and it was youth Sunday. Girl, I don't like Youth Sunday. You talk about that. First of all, you're not getting nothing out of it. I didn't. It's bad reading. It's terrible reading. It's bad singing. Yeah, I used to be.
See, yeah, she wrong.
If I got hoodwinked and I was there like, it's Youth Sunday, I'd be like, oh no.
She wrong.
Then that felt like every hour, every second.
But see, the
like
babies need God too.
I know.
So you can't be mad at the babies.
I mean, they need to teach them in the way to go.
They trying to teach them, but you ain't letting them.
Other people can sit there and watch their babies. Oh man, that bad singing.
See, I ain't said nothing that bad.
No. At least I go the other days, not talking about get out by 12 to go watch the game.
Look, I'm just saying I'm a Bears fan, and that happens.
Watch the highlights.
Oh no,
Watch okay, so what's the season? The Bears season. Well, just say football because their season might be short.
Don't do my Bears. Don't do my Bears. My Bears normally start what, September?
Yeah, and then January.
Depends on when they season over. Don't do my Bears.
I don't they went to the Super Bowl. January. Maybe beginning of February. Okay, what about the other months of the year? Would you stay at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock then? Because the Bears not playing?
Because it's always something to do. It's always okay. So I still have a teenager. Mm-hmm. So my work schedule only allows me a Sunday and a Monday off.
Yeah, that's true.
So I still need to get out because I need to take my child somewhere, do something with them.
Right.
So 12 o'clock to me is good.
Yeah, 9 to 12 is okay.
9, if you gotta do 9 to 12, but I mean, if you do 9 to 11 or 9 to 10, it's okay too.
You know what? You know my problem with some churches, right? You already know. What's my problem on Sunday?
You don't want to get up.
I don't want to get up. She know me.
You know what? One of my girlfriends, I told her I was there.
9 o'clock, do you have an afternoon service?
See? And see, I told one of my girlfriends recently, I called her, I said, you know what, Sherry, I love you. I'm coming to your church one day soon. She said, oh, we welcome to have you. Please come. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I made her a promise and I would come. Mm-hmm. Later on that day, she said her church don't start until 1 or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I forget what time. So now I'm like, oh my God, I got to put a Sunday aside so I can go because they start in the evening or later on.
They don't have a morning service?
No, they don't have a.
Drive me crazy.
They don't have a morning service, and I'm a morning person. I get up. If you got a 7 o'clock service, that's even better, baby. I will be there at 6:45 waiting on you. Come on in.
That's what me and her are complete opposites.
She not getting up until about 10 or 11.
We're a good team for podcasts. We definitely opposite in some ways. See. She had the nerve to say, you want to get up and do it before work early? Heck no, I'll be puffy and evil and irritated. No. Before I have my coffee, talking about
See, and I love a church. Like I said, I love a church that starts at 7. You are the best because see, then they got They got at least 2 services.
Good.
So you gonna get it? Yeah, you can come to 11, but I'll be home already.
That's all right. I'll be fine.
I'll be home. If she come at 11, I can come at 7. We good. Cause
you go early.
It's gonna be me passing 3-4 other people because we gonna be there.
No, it's gonna be a whole lot. You know, the older women, the older people.
No.
They like to get up.
No, they do not.
How?
A lot of older women don't like 7 o'clock service.
Well, 7 is ridiculous.
My opinion only. Most of them want to come when everybody there. Because coming at 7, there's only a handful of us. So you got to come in with your big hats and your feathers on there and strutting, which is one of the reasons why you probably shouldn't be going.
I wouldn't know because I've never been there that early.
When I was going at 7 o'clock.
I just figured that early morning people, they want to get up and get out.
When I was going at 7 o'clock, it had to been maybe 15 people.
Really?
I'm okay with that.
Why?
I ain't got to see the 11 o'clock people. I ain't got to see the 11 o'clock people. Girl, if I needed to see you, I'm going to call you up. Girl, hey, what's going on? You all right? That's it. I ain't gotta see y'all 7 o'clock.
Well,
it's me.
It works. 7
Cause then
yeah.
I get that one-on-one to me.
And
Cause
you
he's
go
talking
home.
directly to me.
Go home and you cook, and then when I get out of my service, I can come over. You already cool.
Yeah, come on and eat
That
with
works.
me.
Okay, we all off topic.
Right.
All
right.
off topic. We talking about church, but we went all.
Yeah, but it still boils down to why people don't go to church.
Yeah.
Her reasoning is her reasoning. She don't want to get up. She don't want to get up in the early
But
morning.
I said, man. But the church I was going to on a regular service started at 11. That was perfect. Actually, I would be there late sometimes because that still was a little early for me. But that's not the reason why I stopped going even, because 11 was fine. I did move out the area, and there was some other things that had come up that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
And see, that's the thing. And see, one thing about people is when you go to these churches and they leave a bad taste, you ain't going back.
And we need to stop. I should have kept going because I did enjoy the church and I did like the pastor. I judged him and I shouldn't have done it because he could judge me too. I'm doing all kind of wild stuff too.
Let you be judged.
How dare me judge him that harshly? And I did.
But sometimes they do put you in a spirit of, you know what, I ain't got to come back here. I didn't like that. He shouldn't have said that.
But we hold them on they're humans at the end of the day. They're going to do some wild stuff. They should be doing better, leading by example, but they're going to fall too.
They're going to fall too. And a lot of times they fall and they ain't getting right back up because we done judged, jury them and everything else because you did whatever you did. Mm-hmm. And we like, how you going to tell me to follow God when you didn't follow God?
Right, man, you sitting there looking at him like, whatever.
I ain't going to believe nothing you say from this point on because now I done caught you up. And again, they human, like you said. They supposed to fall down. What they say, you can fall down 7 times and get back up each time. But when they fall down and you're ministering to me personally, once you fall,
you feel like that's like somebody who like, you need to stop eating them donuts, and they eating donuts.
You gonna tell me to lose weight, but you 600 pounds.
Right.
Girl, you gotta stop doing that. When you stop.
Right.
So and I ain't even gonna give you that chance because once you done started, it's a nasty taste in my mouth. So I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
So that's how we judge the churches. That's what we do. We judge our pastors. We do gotta do better. We do. But when you see so much wrong going on in a church, you don't want to go to church.
It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And it's understandable the ones who are really trying to walk with God. But like the ones who are using it as an excuse because they ain't going to church no matter what.
And see, that's the thing. You don't have to go to church to follow God, like she says. You get your own understanding. And if you don't, I'm sure you can call anybody up.
Oh yeah.
And get another understanding.
The fellowship with people.
It's okay. It's a lot of people. If we not going to church and you need the fellowship, you can call somebody up. Hey, I need
somebody like mine. Let's have a little Bible reading together, or
there you go.
Let's pray real quick, or something like that.
There you go.
You need the people. You need your people.
You do. You do.
Okay. You got anything else to say about this topic?
That's about it. We gonna lock our doors and close the doors on this chapter.
You got any money in your pocket?
I should close the door.
You got any money? You got 40,000?
Woo, Lord.
I'll give you $4.
I'll give you 40 cents. No, just kidding. Okay. We was being bad. We was being messy because that's what we do. And it's all in
a lot of times, but I just go with it.
Did she just blame me? But she said it.
Yeah.
All right, Ushers. Go and close the door. We gonna close the lights out on this.
That's right.
We want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Hit the like button.
Yes, hit the bell. If you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell because then you'll get notifications when we do a podcast. And definitely leave a comment about this subject if you so choose. And
all feedback is welcome.
It is.
And please, if we miss a week again, don't call me asking me why your bell didn't go off because it didn't.
Did you hit the bell? But did you hit the bell?
Did you really hit it?
You gotta
or did you just miss it?
You gotta hit the bell. I don't know why it's set up like that, but if you subscribe, most people don't know. That's why I always say hit the bell. Because you think, oh, I'm subscribed, and if you don't actually hit it again, for the bell to pop up, turn black, then you won't get the notifications. You have to kind of go to the channel yourself. Unless you left a comment, then you'll get a notification.
There you go. See?
Okay, so guys, have a good evening. And
enjoy the rest of your week.
See you guys next time.
Deuces.